Would you believe that it's our resident Star Wars expert that forgot that today was technically the official corporate Star Wars day?
Hey,
Everyone
May
knows
the
the
4th. May the 4th
nah
was a thing, all right? It was a thing
Return of the
before.
25th. Return of the 25th. That's the real Star Wars day. But we're not
Listen,
doing
it's
Star Wars.
no. We said it's Mecha May, and it's Mecha May on a Monday.
Mecha
So with
May, Mecha
that,
May, Mecha May, May.
welcome to an episode of Lore Ramblings. The name is Adam.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Big Gundam.
And I'm Imsit, and in 0026 of the 21st century, it is Mekton Zeta.
Yeah, I keep saying Mechaton. I'm going to do that for most of this stream. So if you hear me say that, that's just how my brain says it. It's a Rich Evans thing. It's a malapropism.
And honestly, Mekton Zeta makes much more sense.
It rolls off the tongue better.
So I should probably say that I'm probably the only one in this group that has played Mechaton, actually.
You are. I've never
Twice.
gotten an opportunity to play it.
Twice, and they all fell apart horribly after 2 weeks.
Oh, you have my luck with Shadowrun unless I fucking run it.
What can I say, man? It's not 5e.
But I love the cover for this because you have a not Zaku fighting a not Jim.
For those who are not aware of Gundam, Zaku is the green-looking thing. Jim, which is spelled GM, is the red and white thing.
One of the fun things that I should mention about these two little things is too, Raw Panther did have a model line a while back, actually. So you could get little minis of these little bastards, actually.
Oh, that's
back
cute.
in the day. They're currently going for, I believe, $80 a pop now on eBay.
Just buy something off. There's got to be a 3D printer that does it better.
Hopefully.
And
that's the Gundam Assemble game.
Well, also here's another thing: if you want to really go forward with the Gundam accusation, in the background, what do you think this is a copy of? I'm thinking Musai Bridge, because you see the camera on top that kind of looks like an eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little blockier. It's a little blockier, but we're just having fun with it because this is very much inspired from a lot of Mecha.
Kind of looks like I kind of want to say the Salamis Kai, or no, the white base, and kind of how like it has that rectangular bridge thing.
This is the gray base.
White base is blocky, but you'll see better examples of white base copies. You're not going to see the white base proper, but you're going to see its sequel, the what is it called? Argala, I think, right?
Argama,
thank you. My brain don't work too good with these names. And you can definitely tell it's heavily inspired from a certain series, just because you can see the uniform styles and choices. And it borrows a little bit from others. We might get destroyed by Harmony Gold, but we're just going to have fun with it. Some guy in a van has actually suggested that it is a Jim Command versus a Hyzak, and I can definitely see that. It's because of the modularity.
And there's a lot more like tactical shit glued onto it.
Yeah, because a lot of the earlier stuff is much more simple in design.
I do like that they really do present this as it is a movie or just animation. Executive producer Mike Pondsmith, producer director Mike McDonald. There's a screenplay. The assistant producers, which are the play testers.
Look at this base black guy.
And the publishing looks like something you would see in a movie. Like
it looks like a movie. Yeah, it's a movie poster.
Do you think
it's a 3-page movie poster spread? That's actually fucking dope.
Wow.
Do you think 3D Project Red will give us the Mekton Zeta game that we've always wanted?
I think it's a rights issue.
Yeah.
Damn it all.
This book is dedicated to anyone who loves anime. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
So if I remember correctly, I believe, like, to kind of set the scene, this came out in, like, what was this, 99? 1995.
95. So this is after Zeta. This is after Double Zeta. This is post 08th Mobile Suit Team, and I think it's around the time of Stardust Memory or War in the Pocket.
Well, keep in mind too. I believe
also Wing.
Gundam Gundam came to the States around, I want to say, what was it, 99, 98, somewhere around there was when Wing
There
Yeah, but
was
that's
was on
when
a
it
the
was
air.
officially
there
like
was a tentative
licensed.
dub. The first real dub was Wing, which is a different timeline. It's the what is it, After Century or something?
After Colony.
After Colony. Thank you.
Yeah. So Pondsmith had originally been interested in Mobile Suit Gundam, wanted to make a board war game on the mecha genre.
Oh god, no!
Then,
Like that's doing a disservice. You have to understand, Pondsmith is the kind of weeb that back in the early days of early computing, man. This is the motherfucker where you had to buy in order to watch subs back in the day, you had to rely on fan translations where they would give you a paper script as you watched it on whatever VHS that you were able to find back in the day.
Well, no,
So it
you
was
had two
hell.
options. You had two options, Biggs. That's the more reliable option. The very wild option would be desperately hope that your import market had copies of Malaysian dubs, because it would sometimes make it to Malaysia, which speaks English, and there are some very fascinating dubs from that era.
Oh, oh yeah, I believe fucking Double Z fucking English dub was found like a while back.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
It was
is it as bad as
freaky.
Transformers Headmasters?
Uh,
Not bad, but it's pretty fucking freaky.
I would let's just say that I forget which one, but there's a very famous Dragon Ball dub that came from Malaysia. I don't think it's the big
Oh,
green one.
Leave that child alone.
but the role playing game started in '85. Mekton 2 came out in '87. Mekton Zeta 1994.
Okay, so this would be around the time of when he could get his hands on essentially the original run and then Zeta. Like essentially he's following through with this. Also, this is very much a reference to the this is a double Zeta reference. This image of all the clone ladies in the background. This is a double Zeta reference. This is Glemmy Toto's army as a reference.
Biotanks from the Imperial Clone Lords.
They were a race
Sounds like a
bred
that
for
sounds like a
war, whose
that sounds like a rough
galaxy-spanning empire knew no
that sounds like a
ferocity.
1976 rough draft of the Clone Wars.
That's probably because that's where he got some of the ideas from. Reminder, Mike Pondsmith also did the Dragon Ball Z RPG. And it's done in 3 parts, and oh boy.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a shit show.
Oh yeah. Good luck trying to figure out and calculate anything in that game.
We have
It
so
should
this
be
is
said. Oh, go ahead.
this stuff here. It's set up for like the universe of Mekton. The default being sort of like a Gundam-esque.
We say Gundam, but in reality, I think this is more Legends of the Galactic Heroes of all things.
Yeah,
Because it
more,
opens with an evil interplanetary galactic empire storming in from the stars and basically causing horrible amounts of damage. And they also have armies of super soldier clones. This is literally Star Wars Clone Wars.
then you also have a bit more of that Macross where alien invaders come to Earth
Yeah,
fighting mecha
Macross.
guys. Very much very much Macross stuff.
Everybody loved
Like they
Macross.
give this super carrier RSI.
Well, before then, what I really like is this is actually the most that Pondsmith could get away with calling these M reactors microfusion magnetic containment cylinders. These are Minovsky reactors. It's basically the only reason that mechas can work in Gundam, at least in the original UC timeline, is because essentially this guy figured out that if you tweak a fusion reactor to release what's called a Minovsky particle, which is this mega particle that doesn't really do anything to people allegedly, you can essentially make cold fusion, which allowed you to actually make reactors small enough to use in a lot of things, which included mechs. And the reason mechs were a thing were they originally were used for building materials, construction mostly. And what happened was Xeon realized that they could be used in weaponry as war weapons because it had the agility. It was more agile than a fighter. It had more ordnance than a tank, and it could fly in space, meaning it basically kind of was a really good all-rounder.
and no one was looking at the military buildup of the Xeon Empire, or the Principality of Xeon.
Well, no, actually, if you're curious, the Earth Federation was busy building up its navy to choke it off. They were building their
Just
own.
like
They were building a navy.
just like a certain World War.
And the reason it paid off for Xeon is a side effect of the Minovsky reactor is when M particles are released, it causes essentially a form of electromagnetic pollution which fries radar in most forms of anything that's non-line of sight.
Oh, and also, if you were able to tweak the engine in such a way, you were able to make giant robots, yo.
Well, yeah, I mean that's where they it originally started with, depending on if you're taking Origin or the original run, either the Crabman or the WAF. It just depends on what you want to go with, and it just goes on from there. Also, some guy in a van. Yep, it was the Titans that made the play clones. Well, no, there was also Glemmy Toto's army, and Glemmy was also allegedly a clone.
So this keeps going on to the backstory, going on with the various, like saying they captured alien technology to make ships. They've got a crack team of mecha pilots with all their emotions
Now that's
and
Argama
tribulations.
coded. Look at this blue bastard right here. That feels like something Camille or Judo would come out of.
Camille, isn't that a girl's name?
And now you are going to be bullied to near death by this guy, and he will destroy your life for the rest of the run. Rip in peace, Jared. You did not deserve what the fuck he did to you. I actually really love the art for this. I just really like that they put all this effort into these, and it's probably much better if you can get 2-page spreads. He's fear grimacing. Also, I think his neck is broken. This man is dead. This
Which
Imperial
guy?
Ace is dead. The first guy with the purple hair. The not Shirako. The not Baptimus Shirako with the crew cut. Or maybe Garma taking steroids.
His eyeballs too are kind of they're twitching.
He's on go pills. He's been awake for 500 hours. I'm tired, boss. I also love the little fake movie reels. That's pretty great.
It really does. It's really cinemagic, and I like it. It really shows how much Pon Smith is really proud in presenting his universe.
Welcome to Mekton Zeta, the anime mecha role-playing game. With Mekton Zeta, you'll enter a world where a 16-year-old kid can steal a top-secret military prototype, be allowed to keep it, and go on to win a war for the good guys, and suffer plenty of emotional trauma.
Oh yeah, Amuro goes through the fucking ringer.
You know what I would like to... You get the guy who did Come and See to do a Gundam movie.
I mean, a really weird idea that could be fun. Okay, hear me out. This is a cursed timeline idea. In the timeline where John Carpenter's career didn't go down the toilet, if you told me, okay, you got to make a live action Gundam movie, I would be like, can we make the guy who made The Thing and Into the Mouth of Madness to do a G Fighter version of Gundam?
No. We get Paul Verhoeven.
No, think about the bullshit he could do with the Devil Gundam and its devil cells and shit.
Minfior, about that whole live action Gundam thing.
It would be terrible. It'd be fucking terrible, like the real one was.
Yeah, that's about the same. We got the other one too.
Let's see.
It's apparently in development hell.
So all this and giant robots too.
And these machines are only a small part of the overall story. It's mostly just action drippings in the background for humanity. Basically, with mecha as a genre, the sides that you're fighting for usually are gray on gray, or in some cases, black on black. Because let's just be fucking blunt, there is really no one good in the Grips conflict except arguably the Anti-Earth Union group. Arguably.
And even then, a good majority of those bastards would jump ship and join Neo Zeon too.
Well, I mean, some of them were former Principality war criminals, man.
Yeah. That's why I hate them. That's why I joined the Titans.
Bascom. The man whose solution to everything is can we use more gas? Can we nuke
If you haven't
this
noticed,
place?
if you haven't noticed, folks, we're really passionate about this franchise.
Well,
So
there's many franchises. We're passionate mostly about the Universal Century. There's also the After Colony is also not too shabby.
Iron
Uh,
Blood Orphans I've heard is good.
Iron Blooded Orphans slaps. It's one of the better new alternate timelines, and they could easily do more with that. Cosmic Era can go suck shit and die.
Oh, and then there's G Gundam,
G Fighter's great.
which is a great shitpost.
Fly in the sky.
But what's great with the Talsorian games is the life path system.
Also, Metric Steel. Char's never betrayed anyone. I don't
No,
know
he
about
hasn't.
that. I don't know about that. He technically sent Garma to die.
Well, no.
No.
You see that
He goaded him,
No.
yes.
that's not Char talking. His name's Quattro. They look similar, but they're very different, distinct individuals.
But also, it's on the misfortune of his birth.
Ah, man.
All right.
But
let's.
I would. So the life path gives us so many random ways we can make a character, like what we did for Bubblegum Crisis, where we made an insane racist.
Which, hey, guess what? That's where we're getting this from because that's how our Telsorian games did things.
So let's start off with the life path. I have a D10 right here.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry to pause, but if I remember correctly, okay, yeah, no, I was about to say the life path that was in Cyberpunk 2020, if I remember correctly.
Cyberpunk
first,
2020,
right?
it was in Bubblegum Crisis. It's also, I think, in the Dragon Ball Z RPG as well, because that
Oh
is
my
our
God.
Telsorian classic.
So let me see how much we have. Oh no,
Slave.
I rolled a 1.
Slave!
We're a slave!
Slave!
You're my
better hope-
slave!
You better hope Space Moses saves you, buddy.
No, do we want to go that or we want to go Django?
We'll see.
Why
All
not
right. Now,
why not Black Jew?
there we go.
We might go that route.
Mordecai Unchained. Now, A2, family situation. 10. There's something special about the parents. Go to A4.
Okay, what's the mystery?
Your parents are spies and are living in the enemy's country.
Yeah, oh,
Where
did
the
you
fuck
choose
am
that
I?
one? Did you choose that one?
No, I rolled a D10.
So your parents oh god, you might be creating Ray from the sequels.
Oh,
Because think about it. Your parents sold you to slavery just like she was. Oh no.
could be like-
the cover story is that I'm trying to think of the cover.
Your parents are spies.
Maybe you were just the unwanted child.
You're right.
You know.
The unwanted child of an illicit marriage between a black woman and a male Jew. We're going reverse.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. The slavery aspect is because you were an inconvenience from the last assignment.
All right, let's see family standing though. I'm rolling hot 9. Family standing is bad and you risk going everything.
You're a slave.
What's the crisis?
Who cares? Who cares? You're
Uh,
a slave.
Wait. So family was exiled from the homeland. You have returned under an alias.
What is this character?
So they were spies, exiled from the land they were staying in. I don't know. We're going to D.
So you, oh no, hear me out. I just realized this is post diaspora.
Hunt them down. Wait, no, hunt them down and make them pay. That's what my goal in life is.
They ditched you and ruined your life.
Yes.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Now siblings.
This is space. This actually might be space.
Only
Moses.
child.
This,
Only child.
okay.
Thank goodness.
Well, no, come on.
Now,
Come on.
friends.
You need to have siblings. You need your own version of Aaron.
No. I said Mordecai, not Moses or Menachem. We go. He's a revisionist Zionist. So let's see. Friends. The friend is a teacher or mentor.
Okay, so you have your own Quattro
fuck.
Vegeta.
Hold on. No, first I gotta roll a 1d6. 1. Very well. That's how many friends I have. Now, this is a female.
Are you
Female.
are you about to get RR'd by a female Quattro Vegeta?
No, we're going
Is this mommy issues time? Because that's a
Oh, it's
thing that
absolutely
happens.
mommy issues.
Oh
I
boy.
didn't have a Jewish mother growing up. No, she never berated me. Now, enemies. Let's see. It's possible you've already made
You
an
have to
enemy.
roll it, and if you get a 10, you get one.
I did not get a 10.
You have to fight the space Gestapo furries hunting you down.
Now,
From the
H,
last book we
romantic
read.
life. 3, currently involved in a romance as a 16-year-old black Jew.
Is this your mentor? Is this going into a Bonnie and Clyde fucked up scenario here?
Now, it says we're constantly fight, but making up is fun.
It's a oh no! You have a Sundari rival. You have a Sundari rival. You have your own version of Haska.
This is a real shit show of a character we made.
You know, the sad thing is, this actually feels like something you'd see in Gundam.
What?
Honestly.
Yeah, no, some guy in a van just said, this is Amuro except Jewish and had an even shittier life.
Amuro, if he went to the
Actually, wait, no, he's not a
factory.
slave. He was poor. I was born a poor black child.
This is Amuro if he was raised on like the Jupiter Energy Fleet.
Yeah. Now,
This is
physical and
Amuro if he grew up in
Yeah.
Jupiter's empire.
Now we go for the physical personality traits. Hair color. Silver.
Silver
Hairstyle. Short and curly. He is Jewish.
and black.
And always changing eye color.
I don't know. Maybe that's the radiation getting into your
It's the new
brain.
type potential.
Personality type. Moody, rash, and headstrong. You see, he's not shy or fussy because he didn't have a Jewish mother growing up.
You know, he's honest to God like the perfect rival antagonist.
The thing you value the most? Honor.
Interesting. Actually,
Most valued possession.
this is actually kind of an interesting character.
A piece of jewelry. And the person you value most in the world? A parent.
Your fucking mentor.
It's got to be the mentor, yeah.
Either that or you have really fucked up issues where you hallucinated your own parents.
Well, it depends on how if you want to get. It depends if you want to get interesting with it and say, yeah, it is the mentor figure, or if you want to go full Lolsey with it, saying like, I hate you, mom and dad, but I love you.
It says in the book, honor thy father and mother. Honor. Also, some guy van, Amaro Reishevitz.
This is one of the weirder random characters I've seen in a long time.
Oh, but this is the wonderfulness of a random life path system. It just gets crazy.
Oh god.
Also, metric seal. Poor video quality of the VHS rip, so it messes with the color eyes.
I think one of my
yeah.
I think one of my favorite things is too. Adam was there to witness it, but there was a cyberpunk that we were supposed to play that never got off the ground, unfortunately. But during character creation, I made a fucking like I wanted to make like Soldier from TF2. What happened was I made him his style was nudist, and he kept making enemies constant, and that's because like his fucking associates wanted to go into business constantly, but he kept declining the job offers. So you had this motherfucker that kept pissing people off because he just wanted to be a lazy bum.
Naked, scratching his balls on his couch.
I've already fought in the war.
Yeah. I think I honestly, I would just get this book alone just because you can make some really fucking hilarious. Get this book alone just for this life path, just so you can make some of the stupidest Exalted characters. If you ever decide to play Exalted, just do it this way.
That or honestly, Traveler.
Traveler's kind of a hit and miss. Like, it's a fun setting, sort of, in the sense that, like, you're just kind of space jammers, but the problem is you kind of... This is something I've kind of noticed from other people's play. It has a bad habit of turning into debt spirals.
Well, yeah.
It's
If,
basically... You're fucked.
well, if you're playing as a free trader, but if you're playing just as a soldier or in system, not really that much.
Yeah, but most people don't want to play that.
Let's see. Then we get the actual stats. Attractiveness, body type. It's not, in this case, it's not A or B, it's hit values.
So since we're here, I might as well get to it. One of the stats that you'll notice in there is a little stat called reflex. Now,
Yeah.
if
Yeah?
there's one big problem I have with the Mekton Zeta system, it's that if you want to be the big cool badass, reflex is the stat. Unfortunately, it's
I mean,
not like where it's like,
I mean, they,
oh
they
hey,
outright, they outright say it.
Mhm.
If you are a combat-oriented
which is
character, high reflexes are a must.
which leads to like situations where it's like just everybody in the party is just going like full fucking reflex, and like it's very there's not a lot of room to experiment, if you know what I'm saying.
It's less
I mean,
With
flexible
like different
than
other things.
Cyberpunk, yeah, in that regard. But
yeah.
the idea is...
Some homebrew I've seen has been very interesting, where it's like they break up some of the other mecha skills associated to it into other stats, which might be better, might be worse. I
Like,
don't know. I
like I'm
couldn't
assuming
tell you.
like cool or intelligence.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
would
movement.
say cooler intelligence would definitely
Yeah.
help with that. Just because if you're getting fired at, you have to stay calm.
It
You've
is
got
the
you've got then your stats. So it's 2 through 10, 2 being the lowest, 10 is the highest. Average is 6.
There's also education, which is the only substat in Mekton. It measures how well you've been educated and how much common sense you have.
it's basically the hey, have I heard of this concept before?
A +4 is a master's or doctorate. Way to combine both of those. There's 2 different levels of education there.
I also like that the next one is Trivial Pursuit Master. That's your level on that.
And
I like that they referenced Amuro having to fight Char for the first time, because literally one of the first episodes has him reading the instruction manual to the fucking Gundam because he's never piloted it before.
The closed instruction booklet.
I like
so
that.
then from those stats are the skills. So attractiveness, personal grooming. Oh god, nobody who plays this game has that.
Oh god, no. It's not quite as bad as the people who play the Fate series, but you know.
I think
War
the stat is too like the attractiveness skill. It's supposed to be for like the hot cool anime chick, and to see how cool
Well,
and
no,
dressy she is.
it's not just women. Come on, if you want to play Pimptimus, you got to actually have some level of attractiveness.
Then you
If you
have
want to play the
war
man from Jupiter, you got to have drip.
No, all you
wardrobe and
just need is your new.
style.
All you need is your new type powers to like mindfuck a bitch
So
to get her
so
to
I
betray
do like
everything.
though with the attractive skill, you could be very good at knowing, the clothing this season, but you just have messy hair, you got pimples, you don't look right.
You're just a master of putting lipstick on a pig. Yeah, you could do that.
Cool skill, interrogation, intimidate, persuasion, fast talk, resist torture and
Basically, it's
drugs.
the verbal part of charisma. What Pondsmith tends to do is he tends to split charisma into both looks and the ability to use your words.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice little add-on. It also
Also,
kind
again,
of
from
fits given that here's the thing, right? We're doing a setting that's very Gundam inspired, and one of the biggest things with Gundam is the art of communication is very important. Most of the conflicts are because people refuse to actually speak with each other.
now you see if the zombie family were attractive, they would have won.
Yeah, come on, Garma was a hot motherfucker. All right.
What
Also,
about his father?
Dagwin is pretty
Ah,
ugly bastard looking, but he also has like horrific gout and he's in his 50s.
was he in his 50s? I thought he was like 85.
No, he's in his 50s. That's just
That's
space
what's
living, man.
yeah. Also, from some kind of I like the idea of Lenny Kravitz of Not Gundam being a character. We made Lenny Kravitz.
I mean, come on, come on. There's also Kycelia who's dressed as like not Darth Vader in lavender.
Yeah, but that pops, especially with the hair.
I mean, if you swing that way, Dalzel with his fucking 8-foot gargantuan ass nature and chin scar could also maybe get you going.
Let's see the other skills: empathy, acting, human perception, interview, which I feel like also is kind of interrogation.
Interview is doing it on the cuff. You don't really have control over them. And I think it's weird that interrogation is keeping cool, personally.
Apparently, Mike Wallace is the example of an expert interrogator, as he
Oh,
can
the
make the
idea
most
of like,
powerful people squirm.
I have
That's
no idea who
dated.
that is.
60 Minutes. It's a classic.
Mike broadcaster
Basically,
from the.
if you don't remember the talking heads of the 90s and 80s, he is a big guy from 60 Minutes, and he did a lot of interviews.
I think he was the one who started 60 Minutes.
He's one of the first guys, yeah.
I'm just on it. He interviewed Farrakhan.
Yes, he did.
Is it saying alleged that Nigeria is the most corrupt country in the world? Farrakhan immediately shot back and said, Americans were in no position to judge because has Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb that killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
My rebuttal to that is Nigeria is a barely functional country that has a Muslim north and Christian south that contemplate killing each other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this would have been in the 70s.
They recently had the Biafra Independence War that they crushed, by the way. But anyway, back onto the skills.
So let's empathy,
I mean, if you want to seduce
acting.
people, that you need empathy for that. So if you want to play Pimptimus, you gotta. If you want to play the Scirocco build, you gotta get that up.
Social, the ability of do social in situations, like knowing when not to tell the joke about the farmer's daughter and the traveling Mekton salesman. At +8, you can lecture Emily Post on what's proper. Now that's a reference I don't know.
I have no context for this.
Author and socialite.
Okay.
Etiquette. Very much proper etiquette, apparently. Intelligence skills. Awareness, notice, composer right, disguise, expert in a skill. Be it exotic postage stamps, ancient weapons, enemy mecha, or whatever.
So if you want to play Mkuve, the very effete swordsman slash culture snob who piloted the Yan in Texas colony, this is the guy you pick. He also piloted an Adzam. What's an Adzam? That's the onion with legs. I'm not explaining what that means.
Then we have, that's also the only ways you can get chemistry, biology, all the hard sciences. Gambling, no language.
Dagwood Zabi is just Dick Cheney. His charisma's shotgun.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Also,
Well,
if you notice,
no. Just because Origin tries to pin Sion Zumdaikun's death on him doesn't mean he actually did it.
So, pointing out here though, there's a bunch of skills that have H next to them, which means that you can only not be purchased at a level greater than 5 by a starting character.
Oh, H means it's limited?
At the beginning.
Okay. That's good to know.
Because you're supposed to be, I think, a 16-year-old, so...
What are you talking about? 16-year-olds can totally be able to do things at like skill ranking 10.
Man, shit, Amuro was 15 when he was in the Gundam, man.
Yeah. I like for no language, it's only at +8 where you can speak like a native and are capable of simulating regional dialects. At +6, you still have an accent.
I mean, it makes sense.
Also, keep in mind that that the entire Zabi family are a bunch of fucking child prodigies. Because if I recall correctly, the intelligence wing of the Principality was made by Kycelia at the age of like 16. She was already spy mistress at that age.
Then we have programming, shadowing and avoiding pursuit, survival, and teaching other people skills.
Do you want to be a bad educator? Well, this is how you become it.
Reflex. The reflex skills. Automatic weapons, which includes SMGs, tripod-mounted machine guns. Blade. Dodge and escape. Handgun. Hand-to-hand. And the rifle.
This is only for personal combat, which also translates, I think, to mechs.
Maybe. Reflex skills non-combat, being an aircraft or an aero shuttle pilot.
Well, yeah, you gotta
Athletics,
know how to fly.
Dance. Driving. Stealth. Swimming. And 0G.
Well, yeah, gravity is a thing that you have to navigate.
Here we go. Reflex skills, mecha combat.
Okay, so there's two different.
So we got mecha fighting. This is for hand-to-hand. Mecha gunnery. Firing direct weapons on any vehicle. Operating beam, projectiles, triple guns, auto cannons.
Oh, hey, I like that the 90 millimeter beam cannon. Interesting combination of the 90 millimeter Zeonic machine gun that the Zaku had and the beam gun. And yes, and you see, it's the only setting that, by the way, that actually gives enough of a shit to talk about this, at least in great detail. I think maybe Iron-Blooded Orphans also did to a degree, and a couple others, but yes, they did actually give you caliber size for all of the weaponry. UC is also the only one that had vehicles, mainly because, well, mobile suits kind of just replaced them all by Zeta.
So, yeah, like I said, the problem that I have with the system itself, it's just the idea. It's reflex or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
When it comes to doing anything with the mecha.
Way too weighted, yeah.
Yep. Then you've got mecha missiles, mecha piloting.
Mecha.
Then you've got technical skills such as basic repair, first aid, jury rig, being able to design a mecha, being able to be a mecha tech.
Yes, I can finally be the crazy asshole with the incurable disease designing the Absolus just to commit war crimes upon the menials that fucking mock me. Hell yeah.
You can play... As I say, you can play musical instrument, paint or draw, photography, film, pick lock, picking, and singing.
What's your favorite crazy project that Zeon made? Absolus is a favorite of mine. I'm also a big fan of the Jormungand from Igloo.
It'll always be the Zaccarello, just that fucking thing.
Oh, the thing that's responsible for the Saikamu system?
No. That's the stupid thing that it has the face and it has
that's the mobile armor that's the mobile armor that they actually use for the Saikamu system, because for whatever reason new types actually yes, because the cockpit system surprisingly was well designed for new type manipulations.
It was the Zaccarello, that stupid fucker.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to play it with a Brabro or like the Elmeth, it was based on the Zaccarello, at least in terms of its cockpit design.
Also, from Angel Arroyo. So in this setting, do you need to work for the government, or can you have a license for these things? You just steal them.
Well, it depends on the setting.
I would imagine.
No, it depends on the setting, because in the Universal Century, there were a variety of companies, and eventually one of them just kind of dominated everything, Anaheim Electronics, before it was finally trust busted for supplying terrorists with equipment multiple times. They supplied the Delaz fleet with their Gundams and mechs with the nuclear devices.
Thanks a lot, assholes.
Well, I mean, they all... Let's see, what other ones did they do? They funded Neo Zeon, they funded the Sleeves. It really wasn't until after Unicorn that they were busted apart.
From Metric Seal, I just love Zeon's obsession with aquatic mechs because of the spacenoid ignorance of Earth.
Well, it's even funnier than that, because they're actually
70% of the surface of the planet is underwater.
The idea too was to also cut off North America from Europe. Was what the idea was.
Well, yeah, during the original Earth drop operations, besides Odessa to take the Baikonur Cosmodrome, which was a major port to go into space, one of the first places they captured was actually what was called California Base, which was a large naval dockyard facility. They actually hijacked most of the Federation's research, and that's why they were able to build submarines so quickly, because they basically converted it into the Yukon and Mad Angler. Yukon or Mad Angler.
But
they also, for whatever reason, really got into aquatics. I think I don't know. I don't really know. but it's responsible for some of the better designs, like the At guy and the Zgok.
So the way skills work, or at least you got your difficulty level. You add roll d10, add the total of dice, stat, and skill. If it goes over, equal to or greater than, you succeed.
So yeah, you roll a d10, and you add the total of the dice, stat, and skill. So 1d10 plus your stat for it, and then skill.
Critical successes on a 10, or on, critical success if you roll a 10, fumble on a 1. You roll again and add that, but if it's a fumble, you roll that and then subtract.
Okay, so it's partially exploding. Oh god, okay, hear me out. This leads to one of the funniest things you can do. So you know how dance is a skill?
Yeah.
You're just trying to do an easy dance to show people how to stay on your feet, like, you're doing basic movement training to like the rookies. You botch, you botch again, you botch again, you botch like
Well,
4 times, and then you're down to like -30.
well, no. So you can keep getting the critical successes. You can only get the fumble once.
I kind of love the idea though of exploding failure because it leads to the comical idea of someone breaking their neck and killing everyone just by trying to bust a move and somehow managing to explode the entire base because they managed to trip, roll their ankle, and break their neck on the nuclear coolant valve, breaking it and
Well,
causing a massive
that would really
explosion.
that would really depend on how much of an asshole your GM is.
Yeah.
Well, no, like let's say you roll like 4 ones in a row, so you're like down to -20 on a 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we forgot what our black Jew. What would our black Jew take for skills and stats?
I don't. I don't know. I assume high intelligence, some reflex, obviously. Um,
You're basically making Amuro.
yeah,
In
but
fairness,
blacker.
he's a pretty fun character.
I'm gonna say compose and write.
Oh, then that actually makes him more like Shinji. I'm sorry, you're basically
He's-
making Shinji.
Do we want to make him a rabbi? Hey, remember in Battletech there is a rabbi mech pilot.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that the series dealt with religion. The leader of, again, the Zangscare Empire basically had a saint in charge of it. Well, she wasn't in charge, but she was the figurehead. She literally healed people and was treated as like a living incarnation of a goddess, if I remember right.
Jesus. All right. Okay. So he's gonna read and write. Does he also write deep, dark, and depressing things too? Because he might do some Edgar Allan
No,
Poe
no,
shit,
no. If
given
he's
the
a
life
rabbi,
he's led.
he's based. He's like the Rambam. He's like a Maimonides.
Also, yes, I really like these little pieces of art that are throughout this book, by the way. A lot of them are
It
very good.
really makes it.
So
I think it's what
yeah.
really separates.
Oh wait,
it, 'cause,
no.
like,
Here we go. For each we got more on the life path. For each 2 years you spend working on a profession. So let's check these professions we got here. We could be an actor, a game designer,
I don't know if you
which
noticed
a
too,
writer,
but
editor, a psychotic fiend, a politician,
I've not noticed
reporter.
yet. What?
oh yeah, if you just scroll down one more. Yeah, go to page 33.
Yep, working for a living.
So one of the fun things too that should be mentioned is some professions are more dangerous than others. Being a cop or a criminal, that has some danger with it, and you would roll in the life path too to see if anything interesting happened during that life path. I'd also like to point out too that game designer also is noted as a dangerous
Oh, you can see edit +1, forgery +1, fast talk +1, go without sleep +1, compose write +1, ignore deadline +1, game design +1.
I can't help but think that Mike Ponce is being a little snippy there.
He's just taking the piss and having fun.
So what should he be? Should we go with he's a game designer?
Well, we could go with mercenary.
Where's mercenary? Oh, yeah, we'll go mercenary then. And then life path. What happened during this period? 3. You pick up a friend. Go to N.
Hey,
Hey,
New
Betty, little
friend
Betty.
is a subordinate in your work.
hey, you now can play the weird mentor and give them parental issues.
I'm like a I'm like a Greek man.
Like Greek man, do you mean like Diogenes? You're just
Yeah.
constantly, you're just wallowing in your shit.
So yeah,
Oh, there's more windfall accident. Oh, I do like here for in the accident on a 10. You lose 2 points off your ref and have a limb replaced by artificial parts. No, this is not Cyberpunk. You get a replacement that can barely do the job of the original. No mounted guns or other goodies.
I just realized Pondsmith kind of predicted the Living Dead division from Thunderbolts before Thunderbolts was a thing.
So then you've got your rookies, which can be anything like the anime hero, the girlfriend or boyfriend, the faithful question mark person back home, the anime babe, the anime stud. Oh my god. Look at the anime stud.
I'm glad that they gave him sunglasses.
No, it's the katana.
That's fine, but I get the feeling this is the settings Char clone.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure this is just reused Cyberpunk art that made
No,
it
no,
turn
no.
to
He's
Mekton
not
Zeta.
Char. He's not Char. He's Grill.
Well, no. Here's the thing: like each
Get
other
it?
series has their own version of a Char clone, and UC has several of them, including a real Char clone.
I like to point out too.
Is he spelled?
It's
Wait, hold on. Is he spelled with 2 R's or 2 A's?
I'm not spoiling it. I'm not gonna spoil it unless. Well, actually, fuck it. It's one of the characters in there is a literal clone of Char. His name is
It's
Full
Umro, isn't it?
Frontal. It's Full Frontal.
if it's dangerous, you've done it. If it holds little interest for you, unless the stakes are high, live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse is your motto. Or in the words of your mentor, what can a man hope to accomplish if he's afraid of a little sake?
Sake.
Is I think
Sock.
that's
Oh,
Sakin.
oh no.
Let's see the other guy.
It's
You be the big lug or the kid.
You could be Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
Oh god, that is Ash Ketchum. He tries to throw it at a Zaku, gets shot.
No, I'm just envisioning what happened was you're about to go on your very first adventure. Yay, I'm gonna finally catch a Pokemon. We're sending your ass to war, boy. Slams him into a
Let's see.
Zaku 1 with a nuclear bazooka. Now start gassing those colonies, child.
And then the celebrity.
you're
This is
you're,
completely
you're attached to
Macross.
Steve McGarrow. You're going to murder a bunch of people inside 5.
Oh, I like this. Some top 10 examples of like a youth and speed character, and they go not just anime, they go Star Wars, Starship Troopers.
Well, yeah.
They have Han Solo and Indiana
Oh wow,
Jones.
they reference
I
Orgus and Lensman.
I think that's a bit cheating if you have both Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
I mean, they're different characters.
MD Geist, Captain Harlock.
Jeez. Good picks.
Yeah.
A little more
Uh,
leaning much more heavily on Macross for the agent
you could
experience,
also
though.
they also say playing as non-human characters.
Don't you want to play as a bug?
Yeah. They bring up tech levels. So
Okay.
we've got the tech level system. So tech level 1 through 3, pre 20th century Earth, 4 through 5, 20th century, 7 or 6, 7, near future, 8, 9, far future. Basically, interstellar. We're able to do interstellar travel, and 10 hyperscience's transgalactic empire.
Okay. I actually kind of no. Here's the other thing. You could actually kind of play around with it because another thing UC has done is they have done this before. An example of this would be, oh god, I forget the name of the series it's from, but remember Moon Moon? Remember that stupid little colony that
that
just
was from Double
degenerated?
Zeta.
Yeah, you like it? Well, I think it came back in a spin-off at one point.
It did, literally called Moon Gundam.
Yeah, basically, if
Uh,
you're curious, it's a colony project that just got lost during the 1 year war, and it degenerated into just like pre-fucking industrial agrarianism.
Moon Moon is interesting because it's basically what if Neo Zeon before Char tried to fuck around with a psychocom system.
All right. And let's the thing we're itching for, the weapons. Let's
Oh
look at
yeah,
those
this is the
weapons.
strongest point in most of Pondsmith's games, by the way.
Battle axe, boomerang, energy sword, nunchaku, a wrist crossbow,
Oh, that's fun.
needle pistol, magnum revolver.
Hey, no, compound. You got a crossbow, so if you want to like Chewbacca max by turning it into an energy crossbow, there you go.
Auto
Bunch of
shotgun,
Chewie
shotgun.
enraged Wookiee noises in the giant fucking at guy model that looks kind of like a Wookiee as it begins blasting plasma. Come on, don't you want to have the maximum shitpost of that?
Yeah. So for Angel Arroyo, would 2026 be tech level 6 or 7? I probably
It's,
maybe like a 5.7.
I'd say like a 5.5.
Yeah, because the idea is it's like solar system exploration, so it's colony level.
Yeah, if you're curious, near future, the best way to describe it is this would be you're setting up things like O'Neill cylinders, like this is where your sides come in, or any form of colonization process.
I wish we were at that tech level, but
That'd be fun.
no. Yeah, we
Hey,
get to
you
deal with
you have
people
the
suffering.
hideout pistol to just when things go to pot, you take it out, aim at your head, and say goodbye, Irene.
Yeah, we get to experience, fucking
Get to
the
become a
brittle
new type
bones and all.
ghost.
Yeah, we could end up we could end up seeing if new types were correct, or we
Let's
could
see.
end up like the 3 body problem. Exciting.
Also, yes, there are anti-mecha weapons. These weren't very popular in Gundam after their initial trial, because essentially you're signing. Let's say you give like an anti-mech bazooka or anti-mech mines to a platoon, you're gonna lose about 30 guys out of that 55 unit before the mech is even crippled.
Yeah, this is
If
why battle tech, your infantry should be in the power armor.
Look,
power
I'm
armor
gonna
is not
say it.
invented.
If I ever did run Mecha campaign, which is gonna come in 30 years from now, estimated, there's gonna be a fun little session where you're gonna have to find out where the nuclear landmine went.
No. When you get around to the mecha campaign, you'll look like Crux Dogatai, and you'll just be like, everyone around me is dead, and I'm just going to let this channel burn.
Which I
Hold
might
on.
say too, that's an actual thing the Soviets made.
Yes, they did.
Oh wow, that's so.
The,
I like this here though. When they go into the descriptions with the nunchaku and the tonfa, no anime-based game would be complete without a few martial arts weapons.
well, yeah. Also, the mono weaponry is pretty fun.
Futuristic ninja types love the Mono Knife's big brother.
Well, it's called a mono weapon because it's a monomolecular blade, which is why in Cyberpunk or I don't know if Cyberpunk had it. The mono whip is one of the most badass things.
Yeah. Um.
Camphor builds look
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, camphors do look pretty nice.
Then we've got the various weapons.
Look at that fat pistol. It has the shotgun brace. Look at the caliber on this little guy. This is the thing.
Blurs.
This is the thing you use to shoot. This is the thing you use to shoot pigeons. You really hate, or a particularly ornery hornet.
Then we get armor, mesh, full utility, multi-polymer, spacesuit.
I love this big fuck off machine gun cannon because that is legitimately just a smart gun from Aliens, just with 6 barrels. It is a revolving smart gun.
Now, I've always been curious because when I was looking at this, I kind of thought to myself, this is kind of bare bones. And then I thought to myself, did they expect you to like be more creative with the weapons for the players? Because that's the only thing I can imagine.
I think the idea is that for personal weaponry, you're probably going to be in the big robot more often than not.
But there are fights on the ground.
Well, yeah. To give you an idea, something that people tend to forget about in Gundam is that there are actual weaponry and uniforms for Xeon. And hey, here's the thing: for those of you who are new, we have a Discord, which is linked into the description, as well as where you can get a copy of this PDF. And I'm going to show off some Xeon art of their soldiers, as well as Earth Federation, because there's a lot
Also,
of them.
Metric Steels point out the pistol is in Morgan Blackhand's Guide to Street Weapons.
Oh,
They just, I mean, it's not stealing if it's your own art assets.
correct. Why bother when you could just hijack it for your own use? Anti-mecha mines. These big heavy metal discs are about the size of an inner tube. Bury it somewhere and expect enemy mech-tons or vehicles to be passing through, and the magnetic proximity fuse will detonate it.
Right. I like here with the clothing. They outright say that in anime, much like reality, it's hard to be cool wearing old hand-me-downs. That's
It's
it.
all style.
The mini dress. The well-dressed anime heroine would be hard-pressed not to show off her attractive assets. The outfit comes complete with a matching jacket and a pair of low-heeled boots. Flared shoulder pads and tights are optional.
I just love the choice and leaning into the 80s vibe.
The school uniform.
Well, before the school uniform, there's also the long coat, which you can't get anymore. At least not without looking like you're going to commit crimes.
Yeah. Gadgets: goggles, bino glass, bioscanner, communicator.
Oh, by the
dried
way,
food.
there is one more thing I need to criticize. So the school uniform, the sailor in black button-up jacket and shit. The thing that people don't get, I think Pondsmith would know, but in reality, this is middle school uniform. If you're 16-year-old, the high schoolers have a different uniform set.
All he just know was what he knew from anime. That's all he remembers.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe at the time there wasn't that. Who
No,
knows?
it's what happens is people tend to not realize that those are for middle school uniforms, and just letting
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Let's see. Can't believe it. Dried food. Enough food to feed
another
one person for a week, worth only 1 kilogram.
Another interesting thing to point out is God, I don't know if they did this in Cyberpunk too, but this actually has a connection with fucking GURPS where they actually use the technology level actually.
You're right.
I'm not surprised. There's a lot of crossplay between
Oh,
tabletop groups.
hold on. Microcam. Small handheld video camera. Output is recorded on a small mini disc.
So here's
I'm
another thing
holding
you
a
can
modern
do.
cell phone.
So here's the thing with Mekton. Because of stuff like that, you know it's another aspect of Mekton you can do that's really fun? That people wouldn't think of? Okay, hear me out. You go full James Bond approach, where you're actually, haha, you thought this was just Mekton Zeta, where we fight in the giant robots, but alas, it is I, the spy thriller that also has mechs in it.
You say that, but
that sounds fun, actually.
Having Casino Royale blaring as you're gunning down other bastards in a mech does sound quite appealing to me.
Microcomp.
No.
Laptop. No.
I just wanted to say this.
Yeah.
The man in the golden mech. Instead of Scaravaga with the golden gun, it's like the Hyakushiki.
No. He's assembling the gun from his like power pack.
I mean, you could do the man with the golden beam rifle, but I think the man with the golden mech is more fun. Where he's just like a lethal assassin.
You have Blofeld in a mech suit stroking a very large cat. But microcomp.
Oh god,
laptop
no.
computer.
Jaws. No. Imagine Jaws where he's like large enough to actually like punch you in the mech.
Yeah. Odd job. It's not a rocket punch like Magneser Z. He just takes the hat or something off, throws it.
No, oh god, okay, we're going full G-Fighter Gundam, because that's stuff that G-Fighter Gundam would have. So you have this G-Fighter looking mech that's like dumpy and short compared to the other ones, and he has like a little hat attachment that's supposed to be like a battery pack that he can use as a weapon.
It's a heat-seeking melee weapon.
It's actually a heat-seeking melee weapon that can also explode.
I gotta love this, the computer. Laptop computer, the microcomp, about the size of a small notebook, has enough memory to run 6 programs. It probably has 4 megabytes of RAM.
I mean, that's pretty impressive for the setting.
Tech level 6.
And that's still impressive for the setting.
Tech level 6 is near future. solar system exploration. So that's when we're like on Mars, colonizing it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is that too much
Let's
for you? You
see.
think?
Let's see.
Oh god, tech level 6 is also Laserdisc, which we already had at the time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so
Yeah, but cooler
personal
Laserdisc.
recorder. The most popular form of information storage in a technological society is the personal recorder.
Oh, did they think Laserdiscs? Ponce, I thought Laserdiscs would have won.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, here's another one. It has holocrons. Imp, it has holocrons. Crystal slivers. Those are holocrons.
It's Star Wars!
It's the
It
Star
can
Wars
record
War.
up to 10 hours of content.
Welcome to hour 5 of lessons on how to pilot Zaku 2. I am your instructor.
You know, I guess, why aren't there mechs in Star Wars?
Do you want me to piss Adam off?
There are?
They did that in one of the Disney comics.
Well, the Disney comics aren't canon, so who gives a shit?
It's
Wait,
also funny too because
Wait. Which comics? Are you talking the early Marvel or are you talking now?
like now-ish
Ah,
takes
who
place
cares?
during the Clone Wars.
Who cares?
Oh, okay.
But,
Makes, yeah,
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what?
it's funny too because they utilize machine guns. And Obi-Wan gets like when he tries to deflect like the machine guns with like his lightsaber, it causes molten schlab to like go into his fucking chest. And like the whole like arc of this is too, it's like, oh god, Obi-Wan's bleeding out because of a shrapnel wound in a cave.
So that's
That
stupid.
sounds fun.
Well, no, here's the thing. That's stupid, but that sounds stupid, but here's the thing. That is actually one of the points because Star Wars does before Disney shat it up. Star Wars did have weapons that used primitive chemical
No,
loaders.
they still have slug throwers.
They
That's what
still
we
have
call
slug
them.
throwers, and that is actually something that the Tusken Raiders have. And the reason that they're sometimes preferred by bounty hunters was specifically because if a Jedi tried to be fancy with their lightsaber, they cut it, and the slug turns into molten metal that hurts them. It might not kill
And-
them because it's busted apart, but it still burns them.
Also, probably
And
shoots slower.
From what I understand, Last
That too.
Weaponry 2, it's just like much more better when like you're Joe Schmo, like 5 billion light years away from the nearest civilized place. You don't have to worry about maintenance as much.
Well, you need a little bit of maintenance, but it's just you need to refill the Tabana gas and you're fine.
All right.
With
Adam,
a slug
compared to-
thrower, it's cheap. It is actually it was the weapon of choice of General Grievous back when he was still climbing.
All right, Adam,
He favored slug throwers back then.
All right, you
All right,
can bitch
back-
now.
back-
So Mecha,
back-
Mechas were in Obi-Wan and Anakin. Number 3.
The concept
was
of
written by Marvel-
Mecha in Star Wars isn't a bad idea. I just don't give a rotten fuck what Disney does with it since it's not canon.
Yeah, 2016 by Marvel Comics.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay.
yeah,
So
still.
here, let me go ahead and post it in Dice Gum, Adam.
So
for
it's
you
made
to-
around the time. It's made around the time of the fart wedding.
Yeah.
But now onto drugs and medicine. Pan-spectrum antibiotic. A painkiller.
Oh, some guy in a van says the spy idea is Char finding out more about Project V and gathering info to fight Amuro. Once the war ends, it's to avoid Haman so he doesn't catch more accusations. Nah, he's fucked. He decided to full on embrace that during Char's counterattack with what he did to Quest.
Oh, hold on. This is tech level 10, but DSX Ampule. It literally brings someone back from the dead as long as death did not occur longer than 10 turns.
Let's see. Where's this? Speed heal, poison neutralizer.
49.
Okay, thank you. Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
fuck it, why not?
Well, it's tech level 10. That's fine.
They got Bacta, by the way, with the regeneration spray.
Synth flesh spray as well.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Now onto the mechs themselves.
Well, actually, here's the thing. It's a little sparse, but I think the idea is it gives you ideas on what the tech levels are supposed to be like. So you can just add more as you need. And yeah, NDR agrees. The reason slug throwers still have a bit of value besides it is a lot cheaper than just getting... Because remember, blasters require Tabana gas to fire. It uses it as a medium, from what I remember.
Then again, with how rare Jedi are, not really needed.
Well, it's also useful just because it's cheaper to make. Like, any industrial society can... Not even industrial. Like... If the Ewoks were
then
taught
again-
by C-3PO, they could make a gun. You could give Ewoks guns, and I think they would figure it out.
Oh.
Get
Oh God.
the
I'm imagining. I'm now
Ewoks
imagining them with like rifles and bayonets, and they're just recreating non-King, but on the Imperials.
No, I'm just okay. Hear me out. The most terrifying thing that an Imperial trooper could hear. They're on Endor. Yep, nope, and then they hear a crack. Their armor breaks, and the last thing they see is one of them crawling out of the forest, and they know they're going to be put into the pot of stew tonight. Because remember, the Ewoks eat humans. They're man-eaters.
Yub nub.
Well,
Yub nub.
yep, nope.
So, construction of the mech. They give us the basic sequence to design our own. You choose the form, select your CP total, your weight. You then buy servos,
Oh.
buy armor, calculate frame weight, buy subassemblies, sensors, cockpit, weapons, options, wheels or treads.
Oh, good. He
Calculate.
simplified
Yeah.
this because
Yeah.
here's some things that people in a lot of mechs you have to figure out stuff like where do you put your vernier thrusters? Is it designed for space or is it designed for land travel? Because there's different requirements for that. Transformation slot because that was a gimmick from Zeta and Double Zeta. They stopped doing it, A, because I think they were terrified of getting sued, but also B, it just the gimmick was dying out. What's with the
What's the
Starscream looking image? That is referencing something that I am not recognizing.
Nah, I think
It's
it's
a
maybe
good
their own thing.
reference though.
But after the final weight, you buy your propulsion system, buy your transformation if you want it, power plant, and calculate your statistics.
Which is really fun. This is something that I think
They,
this would really
yeah,
speaks to people who like to build Gunpla or
and I
people who play
like this here.
BattleTech.
They make it the setting or world you play in is important because it determines what kind of mecha would be present. If it's World War II patterned Earth, you're not using beam weapons. If it's more, I guess, giant robot, you're probably using a lot more melee weapons. If you want to do Transformers, you transform.
Well, not just Transformers. Zeta Gundam also did that. A lot of mechs could
Yeah.
actually transform.
They say, what's the body form? Mekton, classic giant robot. Then we'll have 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, torso. Mech Beast will look like an animal. 4 to 6 or 8
If you
legs.
want to play Voltron, this is the thing you can
Yeah.
pick.
Mecha Tank. And Mecha Fighter.
Okay. I'm actually proud of Pondsmith for including tanks. Most mecha series kind of neglect those.
Yeah. You then have your construction points.
Which is the money.
Yep. And
I will
representing
say
the
though, I haven't gotten far enough yet into the system to design my own mecha from scratch, utilizing this system to its full extent. So I cannot say too much if it's unwieldy or not. But I feel like there is some more thing. I don't know. It feels like it would add some more flavor to this.
Yeah, because they have this here. So a 10 to 100 construction points. That's your grunt mecha. That's your Zaku's. That's your Leos. That's your Jims.
Yep. Well, gyms
Then
are a
you-
bit higher quality, but the
Yeah.
principle's the same.
Actually, you're right. 101 to 300 construction points is your mass-produced but more officer units, specialized mechs.
This
It's
would
your
be like your
underwater mechs.
this would be like your Zaku sniper, Gophs, or gym commands.
Yep. 301 to 400. These are giants of Mekton Zeta. They are available but very powerful and a force to be
These
reckoned
would be
with.
your mobile armors. Mobile armors like the Adzam, the Big Zam, technically.
The Gelgu.
Gelgoog is more of a 300 CP unit.
Yeah.
Because
Then
the Gelgoog is basically a mass-produced Gundam.
Then 401 or higher, mechanized wonders of the world.
This would
Special
be
built, one
like
of a
the
kind.
perfect Zeong.
Or the, I would say, like
Sazabi would be an example.
New Gundam.
New and Hainu would also be good examples. Unicorn as well.
Then
The
we
Gundam
have
at the
Kills.
time would have been this.
And didn't they use this in Bubblegum? Kills.
Yes.
1 kill is equal to 25 hits.
Uses the same system.
It's like mega damage, but at least from Rifts or from Palladium, at least mega damage, it's a ratio of 1 to 100.
In this case, it's 25 hit damage equals a kill.
Then you have spaces in your mech. If you can't fit it, you can't use it.
Yeah, like you're probably not going to be able to fit a 300 millimeter gun in the head because
You can
that's about.
sacrifice.
To give you an idea, for those curious, the average gun caliber of a Zaku or of any mech at the period, 70 to 120 millimeters. So try to fit something 3 times that size, which is like the size of essentially a light cannon on the head. That doesn't work.
Also, from NDR, there's a good reason why mechs don't have tanks, because they're more practical.
Yeah,
Well, you
but here's
see,
the difference, though. I
Not cool
really
enough.
recommend, and I will get a link to this. Biggs, if you can get it, that's cool too. Norris kicking 08th Mobile Suit's team's ass in a Goaf.
Oh god, yeah.
Because that shows you that, yeah, tanks technically are more valuable in terms of weight to thrust, but a Goaf can just gymnastics its way across the city.
I do highly recommend before you see this, you watch 08 Team. It's a legitimately great
it's
fucking
it's
series.
it's why
There's
And
in fact.
the plot armor
you
is
don't even have
strong,
to
but
watch
it's excellent as a series.
you don't even have to watch the original Gundam too to watch this. It's pretty self-contained.
That's why I was gonna say in BattleTech, there's a reason why the mechs or the vehicles a lot more armor, but the difference is they're locked into like their position of where you're shooting. They can be more easily disrupted, while a mech is more mobile.
Also,
There's
yes, you are
nothing
correct.
worse.
400 plus would be Big Sam. I was kind of overrating it, but mobile armors also would count, like a big row would be kind of
There,
also
there's
around
So
nothing
there.
worse. There's nothing worse, trust me, than having like, oh hey, look, my I don't know what's my Axeman or a Hatchet Man, whichever one the heavy version
Axeman.
is in this position, and he's in he's gonna do this cool thing to kill you. And next thing you know, your opponent activates jump jets. It's right behind you, and next thing you know, your rear armor is exposed to like large lasers and SRMs. That's not
That's
good.
why you move the Axeman last.
Suffer. Suffer, Axeman. You get to blow up now.
So the kills, you take a kill away to add more space, add more weight.
Essentially, you're trading armor for ability.
Yeah. Then you've got your servos: torso, arm, leg, like as we can see here on the construction table. So super light, cost 2, space 2, 2 kills. So you could drop a kill to get 2 more space.
Which is not a good idea, because if you're working with super light, you're basically in tissue paper anyway.
You got your arm servos.
And yes, you can mix and match. So you could have the maximum shitpost of going heavy striker and then just have a bunch of super light
Actually,
arms.
they did say here, components attached to your torso may be of any level lower, but not greater than one level of the torso. Exceptions are legs and pods, so you can't have super light torso and mega heavy arms.
Oh, that's why I went with, you could have a heavy striker, but then go to like normal striker arms, so you just put a bunch of them on there because fuck it.
Yeah. And then you've got heads, wings, tails, pods, which are for used to store equipment.
Wings also sometimes aid in flight.
Then you've got your armor, frame weight, your sub-assemblies, such as having sensors.
Let's see, does he
Uh,
actually go into detail about armors? Not quite.
not,
No, here's why I kind of brought it up, because one of the big things in Gundam, I know I know Macross is another big inspiration, as is Legend of the Galactic Heroes and Space Battleship Yamato, but Gundam is like really big in this one.
this
There's
is the
there's
Gundam
this
one.
plot armor, there's literal plot armor called Gundarium, also known as Lunar Titanium. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't give different armor levels. It's not a big deal. It's just something I kind of thought would be in here, because
Yeah.
it is half the reason Amuro is not dead in the ground, even though Isolina should have fucking killed him in that gaw.
But then we go from having the cockpit to finally our weapons.
Well, yeah, you got
Light
a lot of
beam,
weapons.
light, medium, heavy. the beam cannon, heavy beam cannon, nova cannon, pulse cannon, the beam sweeper.
For those curious, beam weaponries are essentially mega particle beams. They fire high ionizing amounts of plasma down your face. It's not fun.
Then we've got your projectiles: light, medium, heavy cannons, giants, auto cannons, heavy auto cannon,
The
epoxy
gun. You have a glue gun.
rockets, missiles, swords, axe, mace, drill, saw, and shock whip.
Oh, they don't
Energy
have
weapons
the weirder weapons that exist, like the leader.
and
Remember that weird
shields.
ability the onion thing with legs had? The ads them, you know, where it like covered you in dust and fucking melted you with it.
You had fucking pocket sand.
It literally one of the mobile armors that Xeon had. Its ability was pocket sand, where it would throw it on you, and then it would use an electromagnet to cook it and melt you inside your mech.
Then we have here. One thing to be clear of: all of this is also done on hexes.
Yeah, it's a hex map system.
And then we
Just
have
like
options.
Battletech.
Yep. And then we have options: anti-theft code lock.
Yeah, do you want your machine to not be hijacked by a teenager? Here you go.
Ejection seat, environment pod.
Do you want your pilot to live?
Micro manipulators. Weapon linkage. Allows the pilot to connect 2 or more weapons and fire them with the push of a single button.
Stereo system.
I was about to say that.
Wait, well,
That's
oh
when you want a
wow.
ball.
Then we have wheels and treads.
Yeah, and you think this is big too. Just you wait, because Zeta Mecha 10, it's nothing but it's just nothing but options for mechs you can do, man.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This is the core rulebook for Mekton Zeta.
No, there's more books, and it's even more just options. This is already fantastic.
But I know for a fact the Psychocums, you can make your own bootleg Psychocum system with Zeta.
Also, from Angel Royo, can I get a Giga Drill from Gurren Lagann?
No, mainly because you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't grow to the size of a galaxy. We're not in Mazinger territory yet.
You can't pierce the heavens.
I think actually, like, growing your mecha in size is a thing you can do in Zeta. It has rules for it.
Yeah. Then you have propulsion systems, as well as the optional rule of figuring out fuel costs.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The thrusters or Vernier jets, they're supposed to give you boosts, but also you only have so much fuel. It allows you for quick bursts.
It does not need it for hover systems, though, as they are electrically driven fans powered by the power plant.
That kind of looks like the unholy love child of an Elmeth and like fucking Zamel cannon.
So we got...
Jesus, that thing is just a war crime machine right there.
But then we have transformations. You can transform into a beast. Megazords now.
Yeah, you can Megazord this.
You can become a fighter.
You can go Starscream. You can go. Yeah. Oh, you could become a fucking gun tank.
You could become a hybrid. You know, that alternate version of the Macross Valkyrie.
Hey, if you want to play in a Zegok or a Zogok, you can play in an Aquamech. Dendrobium. Yeah, that is the Dendrobium. You're right. Some guy in a van. That is the
And then that gives us all of our maneuvering stats. And actually, on the sheet, there's a little sketch area.
Hey, look! Hey, look! Look, there he is. That's the guys.
And they do give us then some basic mechs. The Defense Mekton Rapier.
Did you just say the Raper?
Rapier.
It is a Raper.
The Raper.
I mean, it's a heavy striker. It has pretty nasty stuff.
It's got rockets in its arms and legs, an autocannon, a heavy autocannon, and reloads.
It's kind of a bootleg heavy arms, just not as good.
Yeah. Then we have the Gorgon, the Fat Zaku, I'm calling it.
It's
got a shotgun.
Oh god, these are based on like Stardust memory designs, I think.
Oh, then here's your...
No, this is the not Dom. Look at the fat legs in the cannon. That's like the rocket.
You're right. Yeah, it's Dom. And then the Gunther, which is a Marauder.
That is literally a fucking Marauder. Or an Ed
Wait, no,
209.
no. It's a the things on the back. It's a marauder and a catapult.
It's the
It's a
unholy.
mad cat.
Yeah. I love it. Look at how stupid it is.
And then you have the Talos, a mech tank, which has a gun on the. Is that the port side? I know it's not a ship, but
That is
The
a.
fuck you.
Oh no, there's two guns. I think there's one on the other side. These are secondary cannons, similar to like a Lehman Russ. Do you like the squeeze bore that it has on the front that actually reduces the size of its caliber?
no, hold on, wait. Yeah, no, I guess the
That's a
heavy cannon
condenser.
has a
That's a
firing.
condenser, I think. Does it have a beam weapon? No,
Uh,
no, it's a pulse cannon.
pulse cannon. That is technically beam.
Also, if you're curious what's those things on the back, those are actual fuses slash reactors. Those are micronuclear reactors that this thing uses as fuel.
Oh, how fun. Then we have the Kraken.
You know that there's a producer in Hollywood that wanted to introduce this into one of his movies in the 90s. Yeah, for those
Adam,
wondering, Wild Wild West in the original Superman plot actually had giant spiders as like the final thing.
Giant mecha spiders.
What are you gonna say, Biggs?
I was about to say, what if I told you Gundam could have had an adaptation in the West as soon as 1984?
Oh no.
That sounds about right.
It was basically a rip-off of Star Wars.
Of course.
That sounds about right.
Then we have the hybrid mech, the Hermes. Look, it's got gun arms.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember what this is.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, I know what this is. This is based on this is the Bawu upper.
The Valkyrie.
Valkyrie and Bawu
It's
upper.
and then we have the mecha
Not the
rider,
Nutter, that's the back
J
half.
Harrier.
That looks like an unholy love child of like a Musai and Jabba the Hutt's fucking personal pleasure barge. What is this thing?
I don't know.
I like it. It just looks wrong.
Yeah. Then we've got construction of starships.
Well, yeah, you need starships. If you're gonna fight in a mech setting, you need something to launch out of.
And to get blown up easily by a mech.
Well, I mean, you say that, but look at how light a super hull is.
200 kills.
That's a lot of HP. But they also here's Pondsmith interjecting. So in anime, there are two types of ship. The first is the invincible dreadnought, although size has nothing to do with it. This is what our hero calls home. It can take a pounding and manages to limp back to base time and time again. If it ever does get destroyed, it's usually at the finale. The second is what we call scenery, where they just kind of die like frogs in a fucking blender.
The old explosions.
In most games, the only non-scenery ships will be the one that your main villain or major antagonists would use. So basically, just have ships exist and have them blow up in the background. Who gives a shit? For purposes of combat and creation, the only difference is really that a non-fragile ship does not have power plant hit on ship critical. Yes, it's cheating, but it's anime. It's anime. Just roll with it.
I like how, yeah, there's these accurate rules, but come on.
I'm sorry. You're trying to do your recreation of Zeta, but the Argama exploded. It got cored by a Tive.
I also hear, so the size distance they use is astronomical units.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Unfortunately, Jimmy the retard was able to roll like back-to-back criticals with his fucking shit mech, and now your home's blown up. Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry, but because of this, Jimmy the retard is now one of the highest ranking of the Zanskar Galactic Empire of Xeon's aces.
Also,
one of the things you guys didn't talk about that I think is really fucking cool is the idea of pod space. Basically, this thing has damage applied to other joints. So, like, let's say, like, you can blow off a fucking wing, and if that wing was carrying missiles, bye-bye missiles.
Oh, and on top of that, it could also explode.
Yeah, case. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think case is an item that you can get in fucking Zeta.
Nice.
No, in Battletech.
Well, yeah, Zeta, but in Mechaton, I mean,
Oh yeah.
like a case like system.
So I like here with the hyperdrive they do give us. So tech level 6, we're supposed to be able to drive 1 astronomical unit per day. So we ain't even at there yet.
Yeah, no. Tech level 6, 1 astronomical unit a day. That's actually pretty good. That's actually better than what UC could do. If you're curious, UC, the transport time to get from Earth sphere to, say, Mars was like 8 months, and Jupiter was a 3-year trip, at least initially. Due to what's called the Minovsky craft system, it allowed you to go faster to the point where it was technically relativistic, which meant that it cut it down to, I think, Jupiter for months,
Yeah.
which
I
is
do
pretty
like here
nice.
the illustration of they give us a summary of the build sheet. I like when they say the illustrations. Most anime go into 2 categories: the technoform box, which is just designed for function, or the
Oh, there's
second type,
also a
which is
crew
the
table, which also
yeah.
gives you costs, which you could literally just have a bunch of Jimmy the retards just run it.
Oh wait, the second type of ship is the ninja rocket ship, which resembles a World War II naval battleship. And there's an asterisk. Don't blame us. This term came direct from noted futurist Cy Mead, who designed the new spaceship cruiser Yamato. We
Yamato.
heard him say it. Honest.
It's the Ninja rocket ship, which the concept, it's supposed to be a pocket battleship reference.
Uh, and then
I
I
love
like
the
here
design, though.
the Road Striker with the name Badlander. That sounds like a Transformer name.
It is. It even has an emblem on its pauldron. Look!
It's a member of the Lyran Commonwealth.
More than meets the eye. I just realized that, okay, that sounds hilarious. I'm just envisioning a Transformers Battletech crossover where Megatron is trying to surreptitiously take over the clans or something through
No.
proxies.
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars, yeah, you could do Beast Wars with it. Come on, they've done Transformers and GI Joe. I think it would work fine for BattleTech.
Transform. Yeah, it would. Just imagine you've got the big mechs coming out, the big 100 tonners, and then you just see 6 construction mechs or vehicles just turn into Devastator.
No, I got something better. They're fighting over a city. They're fighting over the city, and they damage a tower. Earthquakes begin happening, and they slide off of this as the city raises itself upwards to form Metroplex.
It's fucking Metroplex.
You woke him up, and he's now pissed.
Oh,
But yeah, Road Strikers are mini mecha. The best way to describe these bad boys, besides ripping off Transformers, they're kind of like the Nightmare Frame, I think, from Code Geass.
Kind of. Like Code Geass Frame and the Transfibers, because that was hot. That was in.
That was the new hotness at the time, yeah.
I should also be mentioned too that in the original Mechaton, because Mekton Zeta is the sequel. Road Striker was his own supplement, so that's how good we had it back in the day too. Just like when they did the sequel, yeah, all that other shit we did, all combined into one neat, convenient package, baby.
That's how much
nice.
Pond Smith cared for you. You got good stuff. Sid Mead did the
Yep.
designs for Turn A Gundam. Ah, you're right. They just stole everything. They didn't steal everything from Gundam. They only stole about 80% because it is the eponymous Mecha series. There's a reason that the original run of Gundam is often compared to Star Wars, which is actually, unironically, one of the reasons we covered this book. Because Char Aznable is the Japanese Darth Vader, essentially. Up to and including, well, no, did he? He never killed, I don't think he killed kids, but he definitely brainwashed them.
Yeah, and also killing your lover.
Oh, he's done that a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, that makes they're both
Well, in
kind of the
fairness,
same.
he didn't kill Natalie.
Did it now?
Haman did, by
Did
not doing anything.
did he have a son?
Char's deleted affair, he had an unborn child that was killed because Haman let his lover die. Because she
It
wanted
se-
Char to fuck her.
Oh, that's not what Palpatine's like. You see in your anger, Lord Vader, you killed her. Now open up that back port.
You know,
Your pussy is
is
mine.
the funniest thing is Char was, despite hating the zombies so much, was apparently like a pretty good royal guardsman to little Minerva.
But what about Palpatine? What about the time he needed to get laid?
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I believe he was fucking Slime Moore.
You know, he was fucking
I'm-
the live slug. He was fucking the slug.
No, he was fucking the Umbaran chick. Also, remember, he did have a son,
If you're curious,
a three-eyed mutant.
if you're curious, the real reason the Inquisitors exist, I'm sorry, Dave, but the real reason the Inquisitors exist is they're technically part of his Amazon brigade.
Somehow it all comes back to Star Wars. We
Well,
can't escape it.
They are one part Jedi Hunter, Lord Vader, and they're one part stress relief.
Play it on the dark side.
You trained them up as children, Lord Vader. Now they're your sex plaything. Go ahead.
Why did you have
We're
to say it like
Sith.
that?
What do we
You
care
know-
about the potential of this being child
You
pornography?
made it awkward. You made it awkward.
Yeah, this is going down. Well, you might have gone a little too far in some places here.
We'll
But
go to my separate island on Biss. I have a whole temple.
Now, how's that Star Killer child of yours? Has he ripened yet? If not, we could just double team Jarek. Yes,
the
you can
plot
use
to
the
the
power.
Wait, no, I realize. He could be turned. He could be made a powerful asset. Oh, yes, Lord
plot
Vader.
to destroy
Think of
the
all the videos we could make on the HoloNet.
The plot to destroy the Empire was not because of the tyranny and all that. It was because there was some Epstein horse shit going on.
I'm just now envisioning Obi-Wan, like instead of the
whole
the
Senate.
Fight, no,
The
instead
whole
of the fight,
Senate's in the files.
No, instead of the fight on the Death Star, what happens is Vader shows up and Obi-Wan is just sitting on a chair going, "Have a seat, old friend. Have a seat."
Do you think the ET race was also in the files too? You think ET was getting off?
Yeah, they're in the
the
Senate.
island?
Yeah, they are.
They're in the Senate seat.
Well, also, funnily enough, the
no.
Xenomorph is too.
The Asgorians were on there. Wait, the Xenomorph got a Senate seat?
I think they are a sentient race that actually one of them was a senator in a background shot somewhere.
No, you're just making
No,
that's now.
no. I don't believe that for a second.
I think they are. I know they're in background shots occasionally. They are a race in Star Wars, and they are sentient.
Unidentified long-headed alien species.
Yep.
Oh my.
I don't remember if they're
Nope.
Oh, they're
Rogue
not.
Rogue Squadron, and Star Wars Tales: The Revenge of Tag and Bink.
Okay.
Tag and Bink, but like, is that Jar Jar's new name?
No, it was a parody that they did in the Tales.
I do remember there being a shit post where one was like a Jedi Master, which is really funny.
I don't. But so combat. Let's go.
Yeah, because we
Basic
can mostly kind of
sequence-
skip Road Strikers, although I do like that version of a bike there.
Yeah. Because
What you need to understand is they're much more smaller in scale, but faster too, and they
I
can
like it.
transform into shit.
So
Again, it really was just Pawn Spitz going like, "Hey, Transformers is the thing. Let's do that."
your basic sequence: check line of sight, move into range, modify attacks, make parry and evade rolls, determine where you hit, determine damage.
Yep, you roll initiative D10 plus your mecha or your reflexes, which again really weights reflexes, which I think is to its detriment.
Yeah. The highest mecha reflexes goes first, and then you go in a turn. You can do running, driving, skimming, flying, other types of movement. You have up to 2 actions. Some of them could be half your total at no action cost, like running.
They give you facing, which is pretty simple. If it's the front 3, you can shoot. If it's the back, you can't.
I like this here. So claws, bites, and punches twice per action. Kick once per action.
Okay, and this gives you an idea on how parrying works.
And you've got your facing.
I will say it's a little bit more difficult to comprehend than some, but it's not too bad so far.
But it's BattleTech.
They also have vertical movement, which which is hex levels. That is an aspect. It's mostly for flying mecha.
And you have line of sight, cover modifiers.
Hey, we got the Elmeth at home. The Elmeth at home.
Then you've got your attack rolls, which is mecha reflexes, weapon skill, the WA, I guess weapon attack or
The weapon accuracy. Remember,
see.
with the Talsorian game system, like this is
Oh, so
Cyberpunk,
yeah.
some weapons are just intrinsically more accurate than others.
So plus 10 defense roll.
They also give
Try to
you
beat the
ranges,
defense
which
roll.
give you examples here. These are hex squares, I think.
Yep. So yeah, it beat the target.
It's
Is what you're
if
dealing with.
if you've ever played Cyberpunk, it's pretty similar.
The other thing here,
Just with
damage
a
is
hex
done in,
system.
so the damage is done in kills.
Well,
25
yeah, for the
hits per
scale.
kill. So that does give you a better understanding of how powerful this stuff is.
Basically, you multiply what you got by 25, and that determines how many people you just pulped into nothing.
And you have movement effects.
I will say this
If
this
you're
is more comprehensible than the Bubblegum Crisis one, where kills were a little more fucky, if I remember right.
yeah,
You know, I'm going to make the bold statement too. I think this is just a little bit more comprehensible than Cinnabar.
It's a lot more comprehensible than
oh, absolutely.
Cinnabar.
We're not dealing with 4 different what was it? Ambush rolls.
By the way, missile travel times. It may seem a bit extreme that a weapon with a range of 400 hexes can be fired and reach its target in a single action. Beam weapons are instant. Projectile weapons travel at MA 30, so 1.5 kilometers a turn. Missiles do 2 kilometers per turn. However, this
Plus,
can be ignored because if you can't be bothered to calculate that, fuck it.
plus too, it's also just cool to like fucking parry a missile out of the air with your fucking sword, man.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what that's for.
Especially if you add in new type abilities, which allows you to just new type flash that shit and just redirect it back at the guy.
Better yet,
Then
use
you've
your
got
fucking
throwing tables. Can't do rocket fists though.
That's
This
in
isn't
Zeta, if I remember correctly.
That is, I think, a reference to Evangelion of all things because of the electro whips and the shape.
could be.
What page are you on? I am lost. I've just been admiring it.
Oh,
Off
it's a
this
good.
book.
Yeah, I'm on page 95 right now.
Oh, yeah, that image definitely
It
could
looks
be.
like Shamshiel.
No, that's
The-
the thing from Oh god, it's both they look identical. It's the same quest piloted
Oh, that
and
fucking
charge
thing. Yeah.
counterattack.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or what Gatto did at his last suit in Stardust Memory.
You can
Nuziel?
also then
Was it the
yeah.
Nuziel?
Forgot what it was called.
So you can do cold shots.
Big
Also pointing
fuck
out
you
from
mobile armor that's
yeah,
gonna fuck
from
you up.
Nuziel. Yeah,
from
it's the Nuziel.
wait, from MDR here. Just rotate the missile.
Yeah, you could if you want.
You've got your deviate, your diagrams for indirect fire, area of effect,
There's a lot of options.
armor piercing, shock attacks, hand-to-hand combat, or the return of robotic kung fu. And they give on human scale, they give you, different kinds of attack moves. If you're doing a jab, chops, different kicks.
Also, they have a table for dismemberment.
Decapitation.
So, for example, they give you the amount of kills you need to just rip apart everything.
Isn't it awesome?
Stomps, tackles, rams. What happens if you get knockback?
Bite abilities, knockback, the ram table, which that tells you if you get hit with this, it gives you the amount of damage. The ramming might be a bit busted though.
Yeah, but that requires your opponent not to be able to move. Having
True.
done things like death from above and charging in BattleTech, yeah, if your opponent moves, you're just running into nothing.
I do love the mental image though of just destroying a mech by foot diving into it.
That's what death from above is. Oh, I like this. Out of scale combat. The modifiers to hits. Like ship versus man, -12.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're just targeting one guy, it's kind of hard.
They also say here, other scales, Corvette and excessive level, see in Mekton Zeta Plus. Coming soon, honest.
So the thing
They
is,
did.
targeting a guy directly with a large vehicle kind of hard, you know? But here's the thing. Near misses still do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like you're dealing with 25 times the normal damage. So there's also
So you
criticals. If your roll beats a defender's by 5 or higher, you get criticals, which of the 3 charts you roll on? Normal, special, or cinematic?
the cinematic here. Actually, no, you get cinematic if you, on the special hit locations, roll an 8 or a 9.
If you beat it by
Lights.
10 or greater, you get mega crits.
Mega crits. You roll
Where
in the
they have
random hit
no armor
chart.
protection.
Ooh. No armor protection. That's
That's death. So, for example, if you're really unlucky, you could get a special hit location or a cinematic hit where you just have them explode.
Then I like here human damage results. At 0 hits to the head, they're unconscious. If it's at -2, your head is traumatized and the target is dead.
Or effectively dead.
Mecha results though, when internal damage of server reaches 0 kills, it is destroyed, can no longer function.
Jesus. So
If
for
the
torso, at -2, the target's dead. At -5, there's barely enough left of the torso to keep the arms and legs
Ooh.
attached.
Yeah. So if a pilot is located in a server that is reduced to 0 kills, he must attempt an emergency ejection roll or be killed. At any time, you may decide to also self-destruct, a classically anime thing to do.
I'm just low-key envisioning the character that we created just going, yeah, well, fuck you too, and just blasts out.
See you in Sheol, motherfucker.
Oh, there we go. There's a mech with a mono eye attachment. I love that. Mono eye is a
The
type of
G.
camera. It's mostly used by Xeon.
This is an optional. The G factor. Ever notice how mecha on many of your favorite TV shows seem to be made out of tinfoil? Even a single attack reduces them to slag.
This is more for gun. This is more for wing. Yeah.
Yeah. When your mecha is on the receiving end of an attack that penetrates its armor, you must roll a d10. If the result is greater than the number of remaining kills in the servo explodes.
You can
Yikes, you
also
might
spend
say.
luck.
Yeah, but you can spend luck to avoid it.
I'd also like to point out too the emergency ejection roll. Where you get the roll. If you just roll a 1, you're vaporized without knowing what hit you.
No. The
You
worst
basically
result
just
is
go
getting a
flat.
6. You literally die screaming because you feel what happens.
Wait,
My
7.
personal oh yeah, go on.
A 7. You get to yell the name of a loved one, then die.
My personal favorite is 10, where it's you have time for a long heroic speech and a flashback while wondering where all these cherry blossoms came from before you die.
That's also pretty funny.
That is... Actually, I think 8. You get a small flashback to the happiest moment of your now tragically short life.
I don't know. There's just something magical. By magical, I mean horrible. About you actually don't like 1 to 5. You don't know what happened. You just die. That's 6 is like the worst result, I think.
But we can do Transformers versus Battletech with Mekton versus Road Strikers.
So -5, they're Bernie in War of the Pocket. Yeah.
Oh no.
War in the Pocket is a really fun ride, mainly because if you're wondering why the mechs in that one are so fucking cracked out, that's the consequences of power scaling and the people behind War in the Pocket not really understanding just how fucking bullshit they're making their stuff is.
Yeah.
They're basically on the
Roads.
same performance level as double Zeta mechs, man. It's nuts.
Then we get Starship Combat.
Yep, these are Road Striker v Road Strikers starships, which that is a Magellan right there. That big blocky line, I mean, yeah, that feels much
Yeah.
more Magellan.
And the various charts we need. Then we do get
Driving
to a
roll failures. So if you're really like, oh, please tell me this includes shit. You get to roll the vehicle, so you could hypothetically hydrofoil this battleship into a corkscrew causing everyone to die because you fucked up. You fucked up.
Let's see. Then we
I'm just envisioning someone doing an infinite barrel roll with one of these big ass ships.
just eventually they stopped thinking because their
just
brains were turned to mush.
I'm just imagining like the captain of the Titanic, like white beard, venerated looking, and all that. She's just like, I'm gonna
It's
sink
Admiral.
this bit. I'm
It's
gonna sink
Admiral
this
Rebel.
bit.
It's
I'm
Rebel.
gonna sink. He just says, "I'm gonna sink this bitch," as he takes a swig of vodka. It just fucking floors the fucking celebration.
All the musicians just fly out.
I'm just
Jack and Rose are squished by the Titanic.
They're squished at 10 times G gravity as it spirals towards Apoaku to fucking nuke it. Like it's just they're trying to go relativistic speeds to smash into Apoaku as the asteroid. That's almost as funny as there's a really fun mental image I remember. So one of the weapons that they used in the 1 Year War and they still used in UC was called a colony drop, where you just drop a fucking colony on the planet, doing massive amounts of damage.
Yeah,
There's a
perfectly
funny
normal weapon.
there's a funny idea I remember where someone's like, "Hey, can we hijack the Grips laser and fire it on Earth?" But the problem is if you send the Grips laser at that trajectory, you're basically also just causing it to sink into the atmosphere, which leads to the mental image of the car getting blasted by a laser as a big fucking cylinder smashes into the city, and you just see Quattro in the background staring in horror as
No, just like you hear in the distance, is like it fucking makes contact with the ground. YOLO!
I'm imagining somebody should do the colony drop, but you've just got one of the zombies just. Who's the guy who did the colony drop?
So here's the thing: Dozzel's the one who cooked up the idea. Garen was the one to actually get the fine details hammered in.
So okay, it's like Gieran's on it, like it's Doctor Strangelove.
No,
just
he wouldn't
riding
do
the
that. No,
bomb.
he wouldn't do that. What would happen instead is he'd send some poor bitch like Seema. He'd send Seema to ride it like Doctor Strange. You will ride it for me.
Here, put on this cowboy uniform. It's important.
I think at that point she might consider doing it just because she ruined her career. So for those curious on how the war began, the 3-second declaration was when the first Federation civilian died, because what happened was, as they were declaring war, they committed the initial stages of Operation British, which involved gassing the colonies with nerve gas. Mainly because it was considered too much of a pain in the ass to hijack them, at least conventionally. So Garen is like, just fuck it. CN nerve gas. Just fucking gas the complex. By the way, he then lied to the Marines, who were given old Zaku 1s, which were old worker mechs by this point, which is why in the Federation space, they're seen as the war crime unit. Because these were the guys that carried nerve gas and fucking nuclear bazookas, which are basically huge fucking fat mans that would just destroy everything.
I think something that's that we should probably point out when it comes to you get the most amount of enjoyment from this book if you're very familiar with when you're already familiar with the mecha genre itself.
If you
because
if
as
you
you
are
can
a fan
tell,
of
dear
Mecha,
viewer,
it's fun.
As you can hear, dear viewer, you get the most bang for your buck if you actually know what this is all referencing.
So
I probably wouldn't. Oh god, what's another thing? Fucking Cthulhu Tech. I haven't watched Evangelion yet, so I mean,
It's not even really
the most-
Cthulhu Tech. It's more Macross, which the problem is I'm not. Here's the weird thing. I like Mecha. I've never bothered to watch Macross or handle anything Robotech related. So
well, you can thank Harmony Gold for that.
well, also just Harmony Gold kind of spooked me off of it because I had no interest in it because of that. So heavily referencing one series is one of the worst things you can do. This is this is very Gundam aligned, but it's also not perfectly that. There's Transformers, there's Macross, there's Battleship Yamato. There's a little bit of Mazinger here and there.
It didn't flat out say like, here's the beam saber and here's the principality of fuck on.
Yeah, they didn't go that route, which I think is good.
There's very much a lot of other DNA you can see it too. Yes, Gundam is the biggest influence, but you can see other stuff in there too. And like I'm a normie, I can be like, oh hey, that's just like the Star Wars. It's like the Empire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
they even mentioned that the main villains are very much based on like the Galactic Empire.
So, like, the next section is going over a bunch of the referee stuff. I would say move to page, was it 123?
Okay, I'll just very quickly go through.
To get the main thing here they're trying to get is that this is cinematic role playing.
Well,
It's
much like
trying to
anything Pondsmith has made, it is style over substance. That's kind of his entire thing. It's always been his thing. So he opens up because remember he wrote this in the 80s, back where, as you mentioned, Biggs, you either picked up the subtitles from copy, you had to fax this shit, you had to know someone from like Malaysia to do it, or alternatively you got the really crappy pirated bootleg VHS tapes where it's distorted and it's done by like a dude whose first language is clearly not English and they got all the names wrong.
Wait, hold on.
From what I understand, oh, go ahead.
I'd like to say here. So, as I say, if you're interested in finding out more about animation, we advise checking out the many dubs and subtitles that are available at your local Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Or check out such magazines as VMAX, Protoculture Addicts, or Anime UK.
And I think all of those are out of business, or at the very least
all
have been
dead.
online.
Not even a New Type magazine reference.
Any one of these could be available through your local comic shop, which are also almost all dead. Mekton, since its very inception, has been based on mecha-oriented anime from early Shogun warrior period up through realistic period. And to the current mecha bashing phase. So the reason he's talking about mecha bashing, because Pondsmith is a very big weeb. He's aware at this point that what's going on is they're doing subversions of the mecha series. This is when Evangelion was made, which was a subversion of Mazinger. Same with Ra Zenfon, which took it at a different angle, where Evangelion kind of broke it down and then at the last minute tried to build back Shinji up. Ra Zenfon's a lot more optimistic with it. That's kind of the period where you're questioning stuff like that. And technically Gundam Wing is taking, well, the original formula and playing with it. Making a new generation because, Double Zeta wasn't popular enough to card out over to the Americas at that point. The other ones at least tentatively got dubs that were played on Toonami of all things.
I do like you're saying that without conventions of anime to protect them, mecha are clumsy, unbalanced, inefficient, and totally outclassed by any tank or jet.
Yes.
Only through the convention of an artistic medium are such machines even thinkable.
No, shut up. Shut up, Pondsmith. They're real in my heart.
Keep in mind that mechs were only used in the UC because warfare turned into knife fighting again. You can't really do fire and forget long distance smart missiles in that series because M particle saturation basically makes that stuff not work. It only works if you have psychic linkage to the modules. Because that is a thing you can do. If you're a powerful enough new type, you can use what are called bits and funnels, which are autonomous drones you pilot with your mind to go beyond visual range and blast things. This is actually what Lala piloted, a prototype of that with the Elmeth.
So I like also saying, what is Japanese anime? Because while they could say it's just Japanese cartoons, it doesn't suit the description here. It's a set of patterns, laws that make a story anime.
Well, no, here's the thing. What Pondsmith is doing, which is a bit of a fucking mistake, it's the same with a lot of Westerners. Anime is cartoons. The Japanese interpret it as cartoons. That's why there's different genres. What he's talking about in this case is mecha as a genre, specifically shonen or maybe to a lesser degree seinen mecha.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. Unlike in the US, where there's a big stigma against cartoons because that's for kids, because the entertainment industry hated the idea of being replaced with fucking animations. In Japan, it was treated seriously. That's why you have things like josei and you got shoujo. You got other options with that.
Yeah. They do say the genres: comedy, fantasy. Um, you've got science fiction. You know, the setting, because it is robot or mecha
Robot.
specific.
There is a core setting for Mekton Zeta that they go over that Pondsmith kind of created, but he is assuming that you're buying this because you're already kind of a fan of anime, or you might have played BattleTech. You might have
Yeah.
played BattleTech, or you're a type of guy that also enjoyed like Star Wars or something, and he's
Might have
giving
even
you
played as
an opportunity to play something new.
So I see here though, when they're saying the plot of an anime style plot, it must be epic. It must have far-reaching consequences. Even light romantic comedies have such elements.
Not really. Look at Slice of Life.
I don't think Slice of Life was.
It was one of the most popular Japanese cartoons that is actually aired. They remake the cartoon every fucking cycle. Is about a Japanese housewife. And the reason
Ah,
they have to remake it animation wise each time is because of a weird, demented contract made by the original guy who made the cartoon.
why are the Japanese? Same thing happened with Macross. Why are the Japanese having these terrible contracts?
That's not a terrible contract. It's just like it's a requirement that if you want to use it, you have to redraw it every time.
Ah,
But
subplots.
basically,
Yeah.
this is a Westerner's kind of understanding of a medium he loves, but he's not a part of, and it's fascinating.
Yeah,
Those darn racist Japanese.
Well, they would be
you've
racist
got.
towards him. He's unfortunately his melanin content's too high.
Wait,
Although they might consider him cool, they get away. You're able to get away with a lot if you're considered a cool black man in
Oh, I'm
East
sure
Asia.
nowadays they would love him.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's.
oh,
Oh god, no, he's probably been to Japan like more times than we can fucking count. So it would
Oh,
have to
they
be
so
they
just
love
flat.
visitors, but they hate
has anybody?
residents.
Does anybody have a picture of Mike Pondsmith in a what would it be, a kimono?
He probably has been in one.
Um, you've
I
got the
could see it.
subplots. You've got the sequential action, stories being linear. Even the longest running shows in Japan rarely pass 75 episodes.
Let me tell you.
What a clown.
Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this little thing. It's called One Piece.
Well, in fairness, One Piece wasn't that ridiculously long at that point, and he's again interpreting this based on what the Westerners were experiencing. And most
Yeah,
anime runs were much shorter because you usually didn't get long running stuff. This is before stuff like Shonen Jump became like. Well, actually, no. This is around the time where Shonen Jump was becoming big.
yeah. Guidelines for playing anime characters where, if you don't say I pick his pocket when you're doing a difficulty 20 roll, you say I press my body against his in the elevator as I pretend to trip on one of my high heels. As I steady myself, I try to pick his pocket. Which might actually, because you're doing the role playing, reduce the difficulty from 20 to 10.
Fair enough.
Which is something I don't really see. Where if you decide to add more flavor to it, that actually
I've seen it.
will
I've
reduce your
I
difficulty.
have seen it. There are some GMs that I've never played with one directly, but there are some GMs who reward role playing by lowering the DC on checks by actually if you play the role.
Hmm.
Like it's a difference between I tried to convince the king that it's a bad idea to do X. Instead, what you would do is go, but sire, this is a horrible. X was not exactly the greatest of ideas, because from what I understand as a scholar of this university, we've done studies on it, and as we discovered, yes, the first quarter, and then you go into the explanation, and it would lower the difficulty. That's
I
it's a school that
yeah.
exists. Most of the time, people don't go with it because they just like to roll the dice, and people tend
You
not
know,
to
I,
like
I
to
think
think
that
on the
would
fly.
that would work if you're trying to do like an epic last stand. To avoid the unfortunate thing where you roll and you botch.
It's one way to do that. Another way that it kind of works is it's supposed to reward you actually trying, but the problem is there's also like the counterpoint where by trying too hard you might drown out other people. It's
And
balance.
let's see. Uh, Japanese psyche and the melodramatic tradition. One of the hallmarks of anime is the melodramatic nature of the characters. It may seem crazy to American viewers that a girl would throw herself in front of a shot aimed at her boyfriend that he could likely dodge and get herself killed. To
Oh,
American audiences,
I
that
know.
seems like suicide, but to the eyes of the Japanese, it's high drama. Mike, Romeo and Juliet.
He doesn't know that. This is weeb mentality in a nutshell.
Oh,
It is Orientalism of a concept. It is Orientalism without understanding that their own backdrop has this sort of shit.
um, the
An
ideal
example, by the
Japanese.
way, there's examples of
Yep.
that all the time where people do this sort of stuff specifically because of love.
Yeah. The ideal Japanese hero is very different from the Western one. In Japan, if you start out strong, wise, self-assured, and powerful, you have an unfair advantage. However, if you grow from someone who is weak, confused, angst-ridden, and helpless, that's more. That's the fucking Union archetype.
Also, on top of that, what Mike doesn't understand is that these funny Japanese cartoons for retards and babies, they were made for kids, right? So they usually are focused with the idea that you peak when you're young because it incentivizes them. There's a reason why they consider 25 to be death year, to be the death day for most people in those types of series. Because they're old men to kids. Like, middle school boys would be like, yeah, 20 or 30-year-old guy's old man. Mike, come on.
Yeah,
Need to
old
turn in
man.
your weeaboo card if you can't understand this.
Let's see.
I'm joking. Keep in mind this was originally written in the 80s. So
Well,
this
wait,
is
no.
the sort of shit he'd explain to you.
95.
Wait, I
That's
like
still
here
pretty relevant.
the campaign voice. If you're trying to go for a serious voice where there's no good guys or bad guys, only bad guys and worse guys, example shows Bottoms, Zeta Gundam, MD Geist, Genocyber.
Yeah.
Oh, MD Geist.
Yeah.
Light,
Hey,
Golion, and Dairuger 15.
dear
and
viewers, let me tell you something. If you ever want to see chaotic evil done right, watch MD Geist. You won't be disappointed.
G Gundam, Tenchi Muyo, and Medium, which is Gundam Macross Mospedia Ogrus or Orgus.
Not
One thing I'd like
unreasonable.
to point out. One thing I'd also like to point out too is I don't know if you remember because I'd always bitch about this when we were reading like god awful RPG books, but they would always have like this like how to actually role play. Like they would have like this kind of like advice and like the fucking front, while like the actual shit that you need to know how to play the game would be in the back. This is like the inverse of all those shitty books we
Yeah.
always used to read.
Well, yeah, because
Very
Mike
much so.
actually treats you like a player and doesn't care. It's not his ego project.
Like
I mean,
they
this
give
is
us
an
now.
ego project, but
It-
damn,
oh,
is he
abs-
going to make sure we all have fun playing it?
Yeah, but it's not an ego project of like hear about my grand narrative points on various
I am not the
political
smartest
issues.
man in the room just because I look at
yeah.
I was able to watch Gundam before everyone
It's
else did.
I love Mecha. I want you to play a Mecha game, and you see the passion.
Yeah.
Like what he's going. Like this guy's watch his fair share of sci-fi.
This dude
He's
straight
got
up did an entire game just on one series, Bubblegum Crisis.
rank where it's like you have to play in like a military hierarchy, playing as revolutionaries, as GIs in a war, as like a James Bond, Hill Street Blues.
Take a
sort of
bite out of
thing.
crime, which that's a fun idea, and that's based on again Bubblegum Crisis a bit there, but that does have the funny idea of you basically like because take a bite out of crime. That's like Big O in a way. Like you're the negotiator. Like you have this fucking mech, and you're like, okay, we gotta get this guy who's also crazy out of it. Like you use you use one of the little transformy mechs, and then
the other
guy
point
does
is
too.
that making the tech level believable. You're not going to have beam weapons. You're having machine guns.
Yeah, fair enough. I do love the idea of doing like a spy thriller with Mecha. That sounds really fun.
They've got friend types, NPCs, where it's like if your relatives, more
Yeah,
likely to
they
catch.
just go into details like lovers are double-edged swords. Oh, they even give the relative friend is Racer X from the old Speed Racer show. How many times did X save Speed's neck?
They give Trixie as the lover from Speed Racer.
And if you're curious why he's using Speed Racer, it's because this is the first anime that actually got like a dub and was widely adopted by television in the West.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's using Speed Racer.
Then we've got some typical other NPCs: the villain, the girlfriend, boyfriend, the buddy, the tragic orphan, the exotic love interest, the comedy relief coming in the form of an animal, children, or a small robot. Then you've got the different enemies, such as relatives, personal enemies, ideological, circumstantial.
No. Look at the bottom image where you see they're fighting to the death, and that's how your father and I met, dear.
Just.
I love
Oh
that.
wait, no. In the background are the same swords.
I know. Don't you love that?
The daughter's just so confused.
That's great.
Why do you have pictures of you two fighting? Who took the photograph?
Personal enemies. They reference Jared. They reference Jared in the entire arc of that one.
Well, they just say Jared kills Camille's mother,
which is true.
so it's not the name that makes him the enemy.
No, that causes him to fight him first. There's other reasons that Camille tried to fucking destroy Jared, and that's the big one.
And then telling an anime, think like a Japanese TV producer. Oh, so we work our employees half to death.
Yeah, because you don't want to visit your wife.
So even the relatively recent phenomenon of the original video animation, that's what OVA means.
Yep. Remember,
You never
Mike,
knew that?
yeah,
I never looked it up.
that's what it was.
Yeah. Innocent sex goes in the mix too. Voluptuous cute girls. Studly heroes especially resemble well-known pop singers.
This has been a thing in Japanese culture for longer than you think. It's not, like an example of this would be in Final Fantasy VII, where they had Gact as one of the soldiers. Genesis Rhapsodus was designed based on an actual pop singer.
I like bringing up the studios that produce it. NHK, Nippon Sunrise, Gainax.
Yep.
Think episodic, think soap operas.
Because, yeah, most mecha series, technically there's an overarching plot, but it's more episodic.
Yeah, you get to live through the lives of people. Our hypothetical producer knows this. That's why many anime shows have plots that rival General Hospital for pathos, anguish, and emotion.
Okay.
Let's see. Set a goal, know when to reach it. So you have the episodic goals or the series goal. Oh, there's our Manga Z reference in that image.
Oh, that's fantastic.
See, anime is kinetic. It thrives on danger as much as it does on soap opera. Make sure all the pathos and drama is tempered with a healthy dose of high-octane action. And then they finally ended off with the setting.
Yep, Algol. The
Which
solar
I
system
feel like
of Algol.
We should leave it at that.
I'll show this picture of it, which actually shows. Hey, look, there's mass drivers. Those are mass drivers, if you're curious.
Because there's a lot more they have, including some new mechs.
It goes into
a
details
lot of
about the cosmology of the setting.
Yeah, a lot of other settings.
It's also technically a dying Earth setting. So if you want to really learn about the base setting, if you want to use it, get the book. I highly recommend this book. I think this is a great way to start Mecha May. Because this is I genuinely think I would have a lot of fun playing Mekton Zeta.
It definitely seems very fun.
I would need to learn how the combat system work. I think it'd be a bit fiddly, but other than that, I'd say it's a pretty solid system. I'd rate it low good. I'd say low good because it's a little bit.
I think good.
Low good because I think it's a bit unfriendly to get into at first, but once you do, it's easy, and it's easier to get into than Shadowrun by fucking far, especially 5th edition.
I would say it's easy-ish for the players, but as a GM, you got to do some homework with this bad boy.
Oh god, like because if you're not using the Algol system, you're gonna have to cook up a lot of mechs. You're gonna have to
Well,
cook
I
up
mean,
the mechs. You're gonna have to
you
cook
just
up
gotta
the
do.
army, the politicking, the system,
Yeah.
and also the larger your scale. Like, let's say you want to do like a Tech 8 or 9, like a Star Wars setting. Good fucking luck, pal, because they can just go to different star systems. It's
So
rough.
yeah. So I think this is a great start. Next week,
Next week, I might
we
have
might.
to fly solo, which, if that's the case, I have ideas for
Don't
that.
worry, I'll be there for you.
Okay.
I won't leave
We
you down,
could
buddy.
do Lancer. We could do what else?
I mean, I
Salvage
don't want to
Union.
look at Lancer, but we could do Lancer next week. Lance it like a
We will.
boil.
Yeah.
Adam, are you gonna think lesser of me to figure out I bought Lancer at a bookstore?
I just fundamentally disagree with it as a game. I'm not gonna get on people for liking it too hard.
From a setting aspect or from a rules aspect?
It's a minis game LARPing as a TTRPG. That's kind of my problem with it.
Listen. We've read Realm of Chaos. We understand it. What when you have a minis game with RPG elements.
I also
To be fair,
just don't
Realm,
fuck with the Cthulhu mechs just because Cthulhu Tech kind of burned me off of that.
I'll say this was Realms of Chaos. That was kind of like the in-between period between what would we consider modern day 40K and like the early shit too, where it was basically like an RPG and a mini
No.
game.
Realm of
'cause
Chaos is first edition. That is the early shit.
It
it-
is,
okay, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
good.
Point. That's yeah.
So we could do Lancer. We could also do, what was the other one you suggested?
It's a short one, but Salvage Union.
Salvage Union. Okay.
Heavy Gear Votoms, either
So
Palladium stuff, Mech Warrior. We've got a bunch.
We got a lot of mechs, man. I think we're gonna go with Lancer just because I want to get the Cthulhu. I don't know. I don't fuck with Cthulhu mechs either. That doesn't help.
Well, don't worry.
Eh,
Even if you don't
maybe
fuck with
we
them, they'll fuck with you.
I don't
maybe
know. I
summon
think it's just Cthulhu Tech burned me out of the idea. It's just
maybe
something
for the
with it.
Lancer game we can drag Tech Priest out of Hell from the joined list for that. I know he has a bone.
I mean, it's counted as a
the
good
Lancer.
game, so maybe.
Well, I hope
There's
everyone
also
enjoyed.
too like, and Adam, if you want to do it too, we can definitely come back to Mekton. We can definitely look at Zeta, and we can look at one of the homebrew options I looked into actually, which tries to fix some of the problems with the stats.
That's not a bad
Which
idea.
is based off Gundam too, but tries to make it more Gundam-y. If you're up for it.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. So yeah, next week is going to be Lancer. I'm not looking forward to that. It's a game I don't really care for. I think it's kind of busted personally, but people like it. I don't.
And remember, buddy, Xeon did nothing wrong.
Operation British was the best decision ever made, and they should have done more of them.
Sieg Xeon.
Sieg Xeon.
Sieg Xeon.
Xeon.